Watching Workspace. Today we're going to break down an actual comparison with a deal we're doing in Dallas. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so these two buildings are very close to each other. I'd say less than a mile apart, but there's some pretty big differences here. So we've been negotiating for a while, and I want to talk about the broad numbers. So Mockingbird Towers here with the total cash flow is $374,000 compared to Ricky Towers, which is $280,000 over a 7-year lease. So for this particular client, the price per head, the total cash flow is important, but I want to point out something more significant here as we move down. Now, Mockingbird's Towers is more of a Class A type development. It does have more upscale features. The rent is higher at $17.75 with 25-cent bumps. Ricky Towers, it's one step down. It's still a very nice building with very nice build out, very similar amenities, just not that Class A type, but it starts at $13.25 with 50-cent annual bumps. Mockingbird Towers has been negotiated at 6 months free rent, so that's $25,000 in free rent. Ricky Towers has given us about half that, 3 months at $9,000 total. The improvement cost, they're negligible, even though this is more expensive. They're offering $25 improvement cost, but they're giving us $3 to move in. So they're paying turnkey. Everything is getting built out by the landlord, and we can apply an additional $3 a foot to take care of moving cost, cabling, or just apply it to rent. So over here, the estimated cost is $15 a foot. They're giving us $15 a foot. Okay. Operating expenses here, they're negligible also because there's going to be a cap on the first year. Let me see what else is here. From a cash flow perspective, when you look at these numbers, you got the base rent here with the minus the free rent, which equals your total base rent. So we're literally almost exactly $100,000 apart between the two over 7 years. And the effective rental rate, which is when you add up all the concessions and get the good average here, we're talking $16.70 a foot as opposed to Ricky Towers, which is at $14.50 a foot. Now, when we look at the cash flow on a monthly basis, assuming that we start in September, which is when our anticipated start date for this year. So we start in September and we have 6 months. So this kind of shows you on a monthly basis of what you would be paying. So for Stimmons here, for Ricky Towers, their rent's going to be about $4,310 a month, but that's covered in free rent. So you can see here how things spread out. I'm sorry, I misspoke. The top one here is Mockingbird Towers. This is the Class A, the nicer spot that's given us 6 months free rent. So you can see here that September, October, November, December, January, and February are all covered under free rent, so you wouldn't be paying rent until March. For the Stimmons or Ricky Towers, the North Tower, you got the 1 month free in September, but you're starting to pay in October. And then it splits up every year. You get 1 month. On a monthly basis, your monthly cost with Mockingbird Towers is going to be $4,310 a month. And your monthly cost with Ricky Towers is going to be $2,982 a month. So it's roughly $1,000 difference between the two per month. So another cash flow comparison, if we look at Mockingbird Towers, you have your $405,000 total cost when you take out the free rent at $25,000. You have $379,000. Now when we take in the additional discount with the extra TI we have, that's $8,000 that you can take off. So the actual total cash flow is going to be $374,000 over 7 years. For the Stimmons or Ricky Towers North, you take the base rent minus your $9,000 in free rent, so your total base rent is $280,000. The TIs is the exact amount you need because it's turnkey, so your total cost here is $280,000. As we look at the effective rent, Mockingbird Towers is at $16.70 after all our concessions are done. That's the average rate. and Ricky Towers is at 14.15. Total cash flow, we just went over that, 374,000, and Ricky Towers is 280,000. I hope this information was helpful to you, and thank you for watching.